Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and just wanted to give you guys a channel update, and it's also time for me to give you guys an update on my what I've been doing for training lately here the last week or so. Now, I'm hoping to get outside and start doing some outdoor riding here soon, hopefully within the next week and a half. I do want to start doing some outdoor vlog videos for the channel and stuff like that. Plus, I just want to start riding outdoors a little bit because it has been a very long winter here in New York. I mean, I like riding the trainer, but it is nice to have the option of going outside and getting some riding in out there too. But we just got a huge snowstorm last week here in New York. I think it was Tuesday into Wednesday. I'm not kidding you, we got 44 inches of snow here where I live. Just crazy. It took me like 3 days just to get shoveled out. Just ridiculous. Couldn't go anywhere. Literally couldn't go anywhere. I almost couldn't get home from. It was snowing so hard. I almost couldn't get home from work the night of the storm. Just crazy, crazy snow. But anyways, it's time for me to give you guys an update on training. Now this video covers from Monday, March 13th through today. I just finished up with today's ride a little bit ago. Today's March 19th. So if I go back to the 13th, and as you guys know, basically the last month or so I've been switching to more longer duration, sweet spot type rides. And that was kind of the general theme here of my week again this week. I started off my week with Trainer Road Chokura, which was basically 4 by 30 minute sweet spot intervals between 85 and 90% FTP. There's 12-minute recoveries in there. Did a 15-minute warm-up. Went roughly 68, 69 miles. Was on the bike for 3 hours, 15 minutes. I was able to get through all of the first 3 intervals. And you see there in the last interval, I had to dial back my power a little bit. Basically just wasn't able to sustain that power over the 4th interval. And as you see there, I was able to kind of come back to 100% intensity factor towards the end of the interval. So again, even though I didn't make it 100% through the interval, got a really solid workout in, got tons of time. I mean, that's, you're talking 30, 60. I had 90 minutes worth of work at sweet spot, and got some good pace in there on the last interval when you're already kind of smoked. So difficult ride, good ride. So that was the beginning of my week. Now here you see, took a photo there for you guys. That was actually the night of the storm. Or actually I think it was the day after, actually. Yeah, it was the day after. My truck was still snowed in there. But basically I did a on the 14th I took off. Yeah, that's why it's a day late there. I took the 14th off. I had to work the evening of the 14th. So as you guys know, lately when I've been doing those evening work shifts, I'm basically taking the day off as my rest day. So I had to work the evening shift on the 14th, took the day off. 15th, I came back. And again, I mean, it's a good thing I did take the day off on the 14th because I was out in my driveway for 3 hours shoveling snow. So I got my workout in there, actually. But anyways, on the 15th, I did a Wahoo Kicker free ride. Basically, I just sync up my Kicker to my Wahoo Fitness app, and I kind of do my own workout, what I want to do. I can control my power numbers and kind of just do what I want to do. And I basically did some zone 2 work with a slow build up to 3.3 watts per kilo. And you put there before shoveling snow. So I was able to get my workout in. And then after my workout, I had to go out in the driveway and continue shoveling snow. That was continuing to fall down. Just craziness. But I still got 3 hours on the bike in. About 57 miles, give or take. That was a good ride. And the next day, on the 16th, I did Trainer Road's Con S, which is an endurance ride. 3 by 20 minute intervals. at 75, 85% FTP, 15-minute warm-up. Went for about 62 miles, give or take, 3 hours again on the bike. Got some more solid sweet spot intervals in. And then on the 16th, later on in the evening, I did my plank position hold. Down, I bumped up my time duration to 5 minutes 40 seconds. I'm still doing that twice a week, usually. And then on the 17th, I did another Wahoo Kicker free ride. Basically just did some zone 2 aerobic work. Rode for 2 hours, went about 38 miles. See there, I got my power bar. I always eat in the bike. I don't care what kind of ride I'm doing. I'm eating on the bike. I think it's important. That's what I like to do. So that was a good ride. And then yesterday I did a plank position in the morning before my ride. Bumped up the time duration again to 5 minutes 45 seconds. Still making progress on that hold. And then I did another Wahoo Kicker free ride yesterday. Did some upper end tempo work. And basically what I did there is what I did is I started out kind of in my tempo pace. And then over the course of like an hour, okay, I just kept slowly inching up my power. So basically every minute or two, I'd bump up a couple of watts. And so basically over the course of an hour, I went up to like 4.4 watts per kilo for me, which is tough. I basically built up to 250 watts. So I started out kind of in that 160 watt range, and over the course of an hour, I just, every, minute or every, 45 seconds, I just would bump up the power by a point. And over time, I just gradually built up to my upper end sweet spot tempo. And what I was thinking about doing, and what I was doing there was basically kind of simulating being on like a big hour-long, mountain climb, and it gets harder as you go up, kind of so to speak. I enjoy this. I enjoy this kind of ride. And, as the ride goes on, the work demands increase. So I think this is going to be beneficial for race training, and that's why I did this ride. But anyways, and then today I finished up my week with another Wahoo Kicker free ride. Again, I'm just syncing up my kicker to my Wahoo app, kind of doing my own workout. And I basically just finished up the week here with 3 hours of endurance work at 3 watts per kilo. So basically in the first 15 minutes, I started out with a very gradual warm-up. And then pretty much at about the 20-minute mark, I put the power to 170, which for me is exactly 3 watts per kilo. And basically just rode there for the whole 3 hours. So I did 3 hours of work at 3 watts per kilo. And I'll tell you what, I mean, it wasn't an excruciating workout, but riding 3 hours nonstop at 3 watts per kilo, it wears on you after 3 hours. And this was a very good endurance ride. Did 60 miles, give or take. So that's how my week went, guys. As you see, I'm pretty much making like 2.5 to 3 hour rides, like my standard protocol nowadays. I like this kind of riding. I mean, yeah, the trainer's monotonous. I'm not gonna lie to you, the trainer's very monotonous. But I'm committed to doing the work. As you guys saw in that photo, outdoor riding for me this time, over the course of this winter and still here now currently, just is not an option for me. So it's either train on the indoor trainer or don't train. And I'm not gonna not train. So I'll do whatever I have to do to get my training in. If that means doing 3 hour rides all week long on the trainer, that's what I'll do. So anyways, now on Trainer Row, when I do my Trainer Row workouts, I have actually bumped up my FTP to 300. And even though I can't do all, I can't pretty much, it's hard for me to get through most of the workouts now at the 300 FTP, but I'm doing it at 300 FTP because when I do the Trainer Road, the long workouts where you're working, 60 to 80% FTP, those workouts are pretty manageable for me at 300. And again, I'm trying to build up my sustainable power over, several hours, and, pretty much doing those kind of workouts at 300 FTP puts me where I feel I should be, in terms of that. Where it's kind of getting me a little bit is on the shorter duration, higher power numbers, which is not my cup of tea anyways. I'm more, like I told you guys before, I'm more of a long distance endurance kind of guy. So I think my long distance endurance, abilities are on par with the 300 FTP based on how I feel doing those workouts. But when I come down to the shorter hour and a half long workouts, I get through, most of the workouts, but I kind of struggle with with an interval usually at the end. But I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm still seeing progression, so I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. So I would say I'm still somewhere in that, 5.2 watts per kilo range roughly. Somewhere between 5.2, I'd say, is where I'm at, based off, what I can hold. Like I said, today I rode for 3 hours at 3 watts per kilo. I mean, so based off what I can hold watts per kilo wise, I would say my FTP is somewhere right around between 5 and 5.2 probably. I'm not getting too hung up on that. I'm just trying to continue to build my sustainable power, which is where I'm focusing on my training, and I'm still making good progress there. Now, as far as my totals for the week, this was my biggest week to date, basically since last summer. I did 16 and a half hours this week on the bike, all on the trainer. So, and they say that, doing trainer rides is like another third of what it would be outdoors. So if you factor in there, I guess it's kind of like doing maybe like 20 hours or better on outdoor riding. So I had a killer week, did roughly 336. I feel good, even after today's ride. I feel really good, honestly. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing the longer rides. It's what I want to focus on, and I think I'm making progressions there. So, yeah, I just want to give you guys a quick update here in the channel. I know I haven't been bringing you guys many videos here recently, but just don't have a whole lot going on, guys. I can't get outside and ride. I could make videos if you wanted to see me shovel 40 inches of snow, but, I just don't have a whole lot going on right now. It's still, pretty much wintertime here in New York. Hopefully in the next week and a half or so, I can get outside, start bringing you guys some outdoor riding vlogs. I think you guys will enjoy those, but also wanted to fill you in, guys, here on how my training's been going the last week. So basically all I've been doing is working, long trainer rides, and recovering. So, anyways, just want to give you guys a quick update, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys right back here in next week's update video.